Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of The Gapper.
In this episode, we've got 4 nights to kill between Busselton and our accommodation that we've got booked in Bunbury.
Now, for anyone that knows that part of Australia, there's not very far between Busselton and Bunbury.
It's only 40 k's.
So we're going to be taking a bit of an alternate route and heading inland for a few days for something different.
In the lead up to our trip, we'd been watching a lot of YouTube, reading through a lot of Facebook groups, talking to a lot of people, and we saw a lot of places that we really wanted to stay, and we weren't sure how to keep track of them all so that we would know where they were and, how do you order them? Do you just write them all down in a list? And, what's the best way of doing that? What we've ended up doing is we got an atlas of Australia, and whenever we'd find somewhere that we thought, oh, that'd be a cool place to check out, we'd add it in our atlas. So now we can just look at where we are, and if there was somewhere that we were interested in, it'll be on that map. So today we are heading to a place that my cousin actually suggested. Hopefully we'll be seeing her in a month or two. She lives up in Exmouth, so I'm looking forward to that. But let me get to the right page. When she came to visit last year, she left a couple of sticky notes in this area here for us to look at. So Gnomesville, where we're going to go look at next. Apparently there's heaps of gnomes. Surprise, surprise. So let's go see what a heap of gnomes is.
So one of the places we were recommended to go to was Gnomesville, and we weren't really told too much about it, just you have to go here. It's located about 70 kilometres northeast of Busselton. Really not knowing what to expect, had a few thoughts about what it might be. So as it turns out, Gnomesville is just a big collection of gnomes on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. So it began in the 90s with just one gnome. Someone, I think, built a little bit of a house for this one gnome and then gave it a name, and people kept adding, and now it's turned into this huge thing. There's estimated to be between 3,000 and 7,000 gnomes there. Been destroyed a few different times by floods. During a drought, there was a bit of a leaf tsunami that covered all of the gnomes. We enjoyed it. Definitely worth the detour. Just a really cool spot for something quirky and different. Definitely worth checking out Gnomesville.
We've just pulled up to the Glen Mervyn Dam. We're trying to find a good spot to camp for tonight. You can see that this is a spot here. There's a campfire. Not that we can have fires here at the moment, but that's all right. The dam is very low. The thing's closed off to skiing at the moment because the water's just too low. It's a pretty big spot. There's a couple of places on the map that have toilets, so we're gonna go see if we can find those, and hopefully they're not too crowded. But it seems like we should be able to find somewhere that'll be a nice spot to stay. Despite the water being quite low, the dam still looks quite nice. I've been filming a lot of this episode on my phone because it's just easier than the GoPro, but the camera is somewhere over here, and I find I keep looking over here. So I'm working on getting better at looking at the camera rather than looking over here and just not at the screen. The water in this dam is so clear because it's full of freshwater mussels. Let's see if we can find some. Let's see the bubbles for some all over here. Oh, hang on. There we go. These things grow between 60 to 100 millimeters long, and they'll live between 10 to 40 years. Each day, one of these shellfish will filter between 30 to 50 litres of water, which means in their lifetime, if we look at the lower end of the scale, 10-year lifetime, and a lower end of the filtering, 30 litres, one of these will filter over 100,000 litres of water. And if you look at the higher end of the scale, 40-year lifetime, filtering 50 litres per day, it's a bit over 700,000 litres worth of water that one of these will filter. And looking around from all the bubbles that I can see, there's probably at least 4 or 5 every square metre that I can see here. So the water's very clear. Unlike saltwater mussels, these ones actually can move themselves around. So in dams like this, where that water level is dropping and rising, they can actually move so that they stay in the water too. Let's pop this guy back, and I think we're going to head on with our trip. We took a different route in yesterday. We're trying to drive around the dam to an exit that's just over here. We've driven most of the way around the dam, and this is our track just here. The van's not going to make it up that. It's way too steep, unfortunately. There's one more crossing back here. It's a little bit muddy, but I did walk it. It's pretty firm. That might be the way that we're going. When we first arrived at Shott's River, we thought we'd hit the absolute jackpot getting a sight with a rope swing. Unfortunately, we came to find out that there were leeches in the water, although we did find them before they found us. We used the clear river water to do some washing, and did some filming for a previous episode.
Microphone check 1, 2.
Test, test, 1, 2, test.
Can't hear my snare. There's no snare in my headphones.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be inside an orange?
Say less.
Well, in Harvey, WA, for a small fee.
Wonder no more.
Last night we stayed at the Quindanning pub. They swap patronage for being able to park up for the night, and they've got hot showers and toilets. And
They've got toilets at the pub.
Oh gosh, no way. We did film a bit to go with it on the way there, but we've been stitched up lately a bit by microphones. So we left Quindanning this morning, drove through to Harvey, had some lunch and whatnot in a park, and then they've got this big orange out here. We went for a look.
It's big, it's orange.
If I'm honest, it's not as big as I thought it was going to be.
Don't make the orange feel inadequate, Daniel. Did you have expectations of this orange?
I did. I thought it would be bigger.
What is the average orange size in WA?
How much spaghetti can you fit in that thing? But for a small donation to a charity, they'll let you go up and have a look inside the medium-sized orange. for a small orange, it's all right. Can you just pull it together? We got places to be.
You don't have it pulled together either, mate.
For a small donation.
You just look like you're in tears now. All they're going to see is you crying about the big orange because it wasn't as big as you thought.
This video is now up to 5.5 minutes. We've been trying to get this line out, but George is just cracking jokes. You've got to be there at 3 and it's 2:50.
Yeah, we're only 10 minutes away. Now we're 15 minutes away.
It's not going the wrong way.
Oh,
I think. I don't know.
Try your hand being orange juice.
In Harvey, WA, they've got the Big Orange. We paid a small donation and you can head up into the orange and check out some of the history of the orange farm. Also picked up some fresh orange juice, so keen to try that out later. But our next stop, which we've got about 10 minutes to get to, it's 15 minutes away, is a free camp. Oh, it's not a free camp.
No, it's not.
Hang
That's
on.
a lie. It's a farm stay.
Oh, we need to get cash out.
Jenny's farm stay, run by Sue and Gordon.
Hopefully there's something in here that's usable.
That one was just accurate. It's Jenny's farm stay, run by Sue and Gordon. So we found Jenny's farm stay on Hip Camp. While we were there, Jenny was actually away. Some friends of hers, Sue and Gordon, were looking after the place. We had the place all to ourselves while we were there. It was a nice, pleasant stay. We were accompanied by a pony and got a sky full of stars overnight. So, nice place to just relax for the afternoon.
The following day we headed into Bunbury with our first night spent at one of their in-town free camps that you have to book in advance. After that we went to a caravan park and enjoyed walking down to the beach and watching the sunsets. Thanks for watching episode 7. In our next episode, we cover a massive stretch between Bunbury and Kalbarri, having a lot of fun at a heap of sites along the way. We also spend time and effort on getting the van ready to head off into the remote parts of WA. This is one of the last jobs I have to do before we can leave, and for some strange reason I've been putting it off. You want to swim in there? In there?
I'm not going to, but I want to.
So apparently we're breaking at the moment.
So Daniel's on that. I'm just getting a bit of work done here, watching the sunset. And that's our evening.